It's like that.
That is what my fleshlight sounds like, though.
Yeah.
Oh. Mom!
Are you a lady like me? Introspective, beautiful. Oh, are you intellectual like me? Beguiled by a bargain? You like wild times? Oh, like me? Are you serving the community like me? Well, if you are, then you must be very Delta.
Hey, racers. Today's guest is the hilarious Matt Ross. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Thank you for having me. I'm good. How are you?
I'm very grateful. I want to preface this by letting everybody know that I kind of forced you to be here by begging. It wasn't really a beg.
No.
It was a beg.
It wasn't a beg. It was I'm happy to be here. This is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sent you a message. I have a friend who is a drag legend named Peaches Christ, and Peaches was a guest on the show before, and we talked about working with celebrities that you love or people that you think are funny. And Peaches said to me, sometimes you just have to shoot your shot. Just send someone a message, and many times people will look to another creator and go, if I've got the time, I'll come do a thing with you.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate you coming to do this because
course.
I'm a huge fan.
This worked out great. I'm almost never in LA, and I just so happen to be coming to LA. So it's like,
well, and all my tests are clean right now.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, mine aren't, but
it's fine.
Yeah, that's okay. It's just one has to be clean, and then
Well, because you were telling me off camera about the volleyball game that you were playing.
Yeah, chlamydia ping-pong. But this is old. This is like 2018 stuff. But yeah, you know, you have chlamydia, you give it to somebody, you start taking the pills, and then they start taking the pills later, and then you guys think you've waited long enough and you don't, and then they give it back to you, and then and then it just goes back and forth. It was a very long December.
How long did you wait in between encounters?
Obviously not long enough, I guess.
How long do you think you should wait in between? 7 days?
I want to say they tell you at least 7 days, but ideally 2 weeks, which is just unreasonable.
Does that count weekends, or that's business days?
I think it counts weekends. Business days, I think would be insane. To wait 14 business days?
Right.
No, I'm gonna wait 3 weeks.
Well, I mean, you can be by yourself and have fun too.
That's true. But I already do that every day. That's not the fun part.
Do you travel with a fleshlight, or is that something that stays at home?
No, I do not travel with a fleshlight. I am an owner operator of a fleshlight, though.
Who's not?
I know, right? Well, see, and I don't know. The thing is I've had this joke about it, and it's turned into this big, it's like a 7-minute long joke about me and my fleshlight. And the truth is, I don't really even use it that much. And it's also not even a name brand fleshlight. I don't even know what brand.
Like a Temu?
I wouldn't say Temu. We'd call it maybe like a Kirkland brand. It's not modeled after any like famous porn stars or anything like that. I don't think there was like a team of scientists behind mine. Whereas I think the Fleshlight company, I think they're really putting work in.
I know some drag queens that were part of, I don't know what company, but they were doing their mouths.
Crazy. Yeah.
And I just
awesome.
wonder, I always wonder with different celebrities or porn stars or drag queens, like who is looking for what specifically?
I guess I only think about the Fleshlight as I describe it on stage as a plastic container shaped like a flashlight filled with pussy. But you forget that there's other whole options.
Right.
So I don't know. I guess I don't really know that I would understand wanting a mouth. I usually ask the crowd if anybody has one. And I would say 70% of the time when somebody does respond, it is a gay man who has the butthole one.
Well, that's another question, is that some are like designed to have a vagina and an ass.
Yeah.
So if you are gay and you're horny enough, Can you fuck both? Like, how does that work? I don't know. Is there a binary? I don't know how any of it works.
Yeah, surely there's like a non-binary, like just like hole option, you know?
Right.
Also, at a certain point when you're a silicone pussy or ass, does it matter what hole you're in?
I don't think so. Because
I don't think so.
If when you're thinking about the real person behind it, the real soul, I think in that sense there's different tension because one can accommodate a human life.
Yeah, that's true.
And the other one cannot.
No,
right?
it can't.
I don't think.
I don't know if there's enough room in my brain when I'm a fleshlight to go, but what is this person? What is their hobbies? What is their soul like?
What are their dreams?
I think I'm too I'm too cum brain. Yeah.
And do you take the top off so it makes that weird noise? Because sometimes they make weird noises.
The noises that they make are really humbling. Like it's like it really, really makes you realize because like it like pushes air out of the back too, so it makes like a every time you do it. And it's just like it's really and then you finish and then you have to clean it out. That's the part nobody thinks about.
Right.
You get it, you're all excited. It's like you got cum brain, you come inside of it, and then you go, well, there's not an exit. It's all just in there. And then you have to clean it, presumably in your bathroom in front of possibly the biggest mirror in your house. You have to stand and watch yourself do it.
Right.
And then you have to flip it inside out. It's a whole thing. It's not all it's cracked up to be, that's for sure.
Yeah. You are in Austin now.
Yes.
From Oklahoma. You spent time in Florida. Travel a lot. What are you personally doing to keep Austin weird?
That's a great question. I don't know. My life in Austin is kind of boring.
Okay.
I play a lot of golf.
I want to talk to you about that.
I would love to talk about it. Just so that I can be sure that everybody watching the show is like, I'm going to skip over the next 5 minutes. Like if you want to get me talking about golf, I'll bore everybody in here.
No, this won't be boring. Do you wear like moisture wicking clothes when you go golfing?
Sometimes. I will say I try to dress cool when I golf, but it's kind of hard to do. The moisture wicking, even though it's like anti-style, like it's negative points. Like it's not even a neutral thing. It's like something about having Under Armour on makes me feel like a divorced dad at his kid's practice who like never gave up that he might be on the field one day. But sometimes you do have a moisture wicking shirt on because you're getting moist.
Right. You want to be wicked.
I need to be wicked. Yeah, exactly.
Do you think there could be a John Wick movie where it's all about like moisture wicking and golf?
I think that would be a fun way to get Keanu Reeves back into some films.
I'm into it for sure. I think it would be the only way I could understand golf because my thing is why is golf? My question is, why is golf?
Yeah.
I believe that it must be a game for people to maybe commiserate for at least the first 80% of the time. Because aren't you just kind of going, there's a hole over there. We can't see it. We can't measure it. We're going to try to move our way there. And then once we get there, we'll really focus on getting it there. So what's all the guessing about?
There's different groups of people who play golf.
Okay.
There are guys who desperately need to get away from their wives for a couple hours. That's a big portion of it. I do not have a wife. I'm not escaping anything.
Right.
There are guys who need an excuse to get blackout drunk in the middle of the day. And then there are people who just like love the sport. But that is a funny way to describe it. There's just like a hole down there. We might kind of know where it is because there's like a cute little flag that comes out of the hole so you can see it. But there's actually, you use like a rangefinder, like a little like binocular with a scope on it to tell you exactly how far everything is so that you know which club to hit.
Which club?
Yeah.
They're all the same.
No, they all go different distances.
Oh, the irons.
The irons do different stuff and the different clubs go different lengths. It's very, very boring and very mathematical and it's really, really annoying.
Is it mathematical?
It's mathematical, yeah.
I think you're lying. I cannot believe
We should go to the driving range.
That
We
it's-
can go. That would be so fun.
I can't believe that it's real.
That golf is real?
Yeah, and so many men in my family play
Mhm.
golf and they love it. And women too, but
It's amazing. It's the best sport ever.
the sport.
See, this is actually the air quotes are a little hurtful, but you are kind of making, this is a point that I'm not sure I have a hard stance on of, is it a sport or is it a game?
Or is it a fantasy?
It is a fantasy for sure.
Well, I'll tell you the part I like. I like the idea that somebody helps you, like drives around in the car and
Sure,
helps
yeah.
you. I love that.
Have a little caddy.
I love an Arnold Palmer drink.
Those are great. Arnold
That's
Palmer's a legend as
great.
well. Yeah. I do like the caddies will wear like cute little like uniforms too.
Mhm.
Like they have like a vest that they put on, or sometimes they'll have like a onesie that they wear and they
Mhm.
carry your bag around for you. That's like high-end stuff. That's not what I'm doing for the most part.
You're not doing that.
No, I very rarely have a caddy with me.
And are the caddies gay? Is that?
Some of them, I don't think that they would say that they are. There's a lot of gay people playing golf, but they don't know that they're gay, or at least their wives don't know that they're gay.
Oh.
Sure. I mean, you have to think of the crossover. The crossover of, you know how like there's this thing like anytime like the RNC goes somewhere, like Grindr crashes, a lot of those guys are also playing golf while they're crashing Grindr.
Right.
So
right.
it's like that Venn diagram is like a pretty full circle, you know?
Mhm.
So I would say some of the caddies are probably gay.
Do you you're talking about mentioning Grindr. Have you ever had people use your picture
Yes.
for stuff like
I
that?
have, yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Somebody messaged me like a couple months ago on Instagram and was like, "Hey, are you in New York?" And I just didn't respond to it. And then they were like, because if you're not, somebody's using your pictures on Grindr. And I was like, I just had to break this poor guy's heart. I was like, sorry, that's not me, unfortunately.
But I am over here and I have my own pictures on the apps.
I've had Grindr before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what did you ascertain from that?
I don't know. I mean, different stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had it before. I won't put my pictures on it though.
No. Now, what would be some like words like car play? Would you put that in there? Would you put bubble butt?
I'm an adult. I don't have any tags or anything like that.
Well,
No.
that's how you throw out the net, and that's how you sort of get people to. You could put gay caddy.
Gay caddy, yeah.
Looking for golf bros.
Yeah, looking for golf and JO bros.
We should build profiles. Like we should build profiles and then we should go to the driving range and turn the app on to see what happens for us.
I would love that.
I would put in mine, I would put a picture of myself, but I would just want like certain parts to conceal. And I would say like BBW something. I don't know what. Here with my cuck.
I think that would be good.
I think so.
Yeah, I think we could go to like golf. We could go to like golf places, and we could do a play on like hole in one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, every club has a shaft. We could be like,
oh yes,
what stiffness is your shaft? Because
Right.
shafts have different stiffness.
Right.
You know,
drive it all the way in.
Drive it all the way in. That's great.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of golf terms that are like if you hit a good drive, your buddies will go, "That was pounded." It's like pound this drive.
That's the shit I'm talking
I'm
about.
telling you, there
This is the shit I'm
is
talking
like
about.
that Venn diagram. It's a big crossover. There's a lot of like homoerotic nature to golf.
Well, sports in general.
Oh,
I
sports
think,
in general,
right?
100%. Like we used to just like when I played basketball growing up and in locker rooms, like it was a funny joke just to like pull your dick out. Not even really do anything with it, but just be like, ha ha, I made you look at my dick.
Right.
Like, and then
do you do that in your show now? Because I was looking to get tickets.
No. That's the last thing I need at my shows.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's the first thing.
No, you would think, but I already have. I already.
Well, you have it on Grindr. I mean,
no. You got to find me if you got to find all the black square. Yeah, no. At my shows, it's a lot of. It's a lot of. I think they would love that.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, if you're watching this and you're thinking about coming to see me, I don't want to say that there's a 0% chance that'll happen because I do need to sell tickets, but
Sure.
I doubt it's going to happen, unfortunately.
Never say never.
Never say never.
Let's take a break. We are back with Matt Ross. So what we like to do here at the show is complain about everything. There's bigger problems going on in the world. We know that, but we fry the small fish here.
Yeah, I love that.
Are there any small fish going on right now? It could be in travel. It could be a missing menu item. It could be something in your life that people need to fucking wake up.
I'm really, really fed up with the size of water cups at like nice restaurants or restaurants that are trying to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no reason that it's disrespect that they're so small.
Right.
They're so small. And then like they do this thing too where they'll bring you, first off, it's awkward because like if I show up and I'm thirsty and they pour mine first, by the time they've poured the other people's, I've finished mine and then they have to refill it again. And it's like, are you just going to stand here the whole dinner and refill my water? But then when they do leave, it's like it'll be like a really nice place. And then they leave you like an old milk jug full of water on your table and I have to pour it myself now. It's like, if I'm going to spend $35 on like a pork belly appetizer, I shouldn't have to be filling my own water out of a recycled milk jug into like a shot glass. It's disrespectful. If I can wrap my whole hand around it, it shouldn't be. This is not. I'll ask. I'll go. Can you bring me a bigger glass with ice in it? And they don't.
Good.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to ask for what I want at a restaurant.
I like that.
But I'm always going to tip. I just want to be clear. I'm not like a nightmare, but like if I want a bigger glass, I'm going to tip. Or if my entree sucks, I'm going to say it or whatever. But that's a thing that's really been eating me up for a while now because nobody's listening to me about it.
No, they're not. They don't care.
Another thing is like that's bothering me is the whole mocktail thing. It's like not. You can't charge me the same price of a cocktail for a cup of juice.
Right.
Like just because you put crushed mint in it doesn't make this not ginger ale with grenadine in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like just because there's like a sugar cane in it, like it's like this is still soda from a gun and juice. It should not be $13.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing that pisses me off. But I'll usually have another beverage. It's usually either a Diet Coke or a mocktail.
Tell me about the straight dating apps.
It's a lot of people with like a bunch of prerequisites before you've even met them.
Okay.
They kind of like they're very like this is what like if you're not there's also you know what this is something that bothers me outside of dating apps too. There's a lot of people like really trying to be funny in their bio, and that makes me so mad because they're never funny. It's always like them just trying like it's like if there's a fish in your profile, if there's a picture of you holding a fish in your profile, don't even bother casting your line here. Also, just so you know, I speak fluent sarcasm. Kill me. I hate that. I hate it. It's like that lady has so many cats. Like it's just like not. It's that I don't like about it.
Yeah.
You know. But then like now like Hinge I think is the one. I've never been on Hinge. I've seen my friends' Hinges. There's too much stuff going on in it. There's like prompts and questions that people answer. Like, how would we spend our first date? And somebody can be like, I would take you to the library and show you my favorite book or like whatever. Or like, there's like, you can like voice record something and have that in your bio. It's like, I don't like that at all. It's too involved.
Mm-hmm.
People are too desperate to meet other people, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
So do you think that Grindr, when you visited that, it was just more to the point?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I think any like sex forward app is like if that's what you're looking for, which it is what a lot of people are. It is what a lot of people are looking for.
Sure.
But then like we've been told that we need to like it's like no, we have to have coffee first. It's like why?
No, you don't.
So that our breath stings when we're blowing each other later? Like no, we don't. Like it's just not necessary. And then it's also like yeah, I'm gonna drink coffee and then like in an hour into the date, we both have to shit now because we've been drinking lattes. It's like, that's not fun. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, it's definitely a more forward experience on Field and my experience on Grindr. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Would you say that having a nicotine patch, like sucking on that, or having a latte activates you taking a shit sooner? Like, which one is really
The
one?
nicotine for sure.
Nicotine.
Yeah, I mean, it'll relocate you easy. Yeah, really quick, you know?
Are you afraid to use a public toilet?
No, not
See,
really.
I'm not either.
Not really.
And I sometimes want to use it, and I sometimes want to leave the door open to be like,
Really?
hi.
Hey, guys.
Just to see like what would happen.
That's like a power move.
I think it is. Like,
I think it's
force
possible
people.
you could be arrested, but
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I've wanted to do? When I stay out of town for work, like I'll stay at the Country Inn or the
Sure.
whatever it is. Sometimes I want to go on like the third floor. You open the doors, the elevator, and there's like a little couch.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of want to sit there and be like, it's going to be $5. It's $5 just to see if people think it's like a VIP room. You think anybody would pay?
Maybe. I think you might need to go to like a nicer place.
I could see that.
I think
could see
people
that.
at like the Country Inn and Suites are like on their last leg. Like, you know, like I don't think you're going to get like a family who drove from Nebraska to give you $5 extra because
Right.
they just paid their whole $120 they had to stay at the
I see what you're
the
saying.
Country Inn
I
and
need
Suites.
to change that.
So maybe if we went to like an A-loft, maybe that kind of vibe where it's like nice, but it's not like too nice. I think
Where there could potentially be a rooftop party.
sure, exactly.
I see what you're saying.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I always want to storyboard this with somebody. Like,
I think there's potential in this idea. I think there's big upside in this.
where will you like if you go to a hotel, do you do your own booking for that, or do you have somebody that helps you with that?
Usually, like the club will put you up in the hotel that they always have. So that my manager usually does that.
And do you have a preference, like certain types of hotels?
Okay, so like I'm not necessarily brand loyal just yet. I'm not doing that well. Same with airlines. I'm just kind of like wherever they put me. But I do have a couple things that I think are really important for a hotel. And the number one thing is like I should be able to like stream on it. Like do not make me watch cable. Like it's 2026. I should be able to play my YouTube on the TV in this hotel. And then there has to be a cuck chair. Nobody's ever in it, but there just needs to be one or the vibes are wrong.
I like it.
It's like a feng shui thing. You know what I mean? It's like there needs to be room for a cuck just in case this weekend in Raleigh gets crazy. You know what I mean? And that's really it, honestly. I think they need to have free coffee in the lobby. That's important. I hate a place that has like a Starbucks downstairs and like that's how you get your coffee. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. So there needs to be free coffee, a cuck chair, and I need to be able to play YouTube.
Have you been, because I feel like you have to see both sides of the coin, like, you know, whenever you make an argument for something or try to understand something, have you been both a cuck and a bull or just a cuck?
Honestly, I've never actually been involved in either.
Really?
Yeah.
What would it take for you to do either role?
Just the right moment, I think. Honestly, I'm not opposed to either.
Sure.
There's a lot of things in my head that are ideas that are like jerk-offable. But then when it comes down to like actually having to like sit in that chair, I think that's where it gets uncomfortable. Like I'll love watching a video of like a girl getting like gangbanged, but like, do I want to stand shoulder to shoulder with another guy while he's like, yeah, fuck her, bro? Like, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need that energy around me. I don't want some guy rooting me on while I'm trying to do it. So like some things I think should just stay up here and like on my phone while I'm jerking off. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't like the bull thing. It's like, I get that, but also like, I don't want to fuck some guy's wife while he's like there and he's like, yeah, come inside her. Like, ugh. And then, you know, he's like, come inside her so that I can get in there as quickly as possible afterwards. Like that's always like they're groaning. Or anything.
Well, sometimes, Mary Chapin Carpenter is an American singer who has a song called The Bug. And the story is sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And so sometimes you get squished.
Yeah.
And so the idea here is that sometimes you are the cuck. Sometimes you're the bull.
Sure.
Sometimes you're the girl getting fucked.
Yeah, that's true.
You know? And so I think the best place to narrow that down, you've already been there, is Grindr. I feel like that could be a place to explore maybe the third side of that coin.
The third, wait, what exactly is the third side of that coin?
You getting gangbanged.
I'm the one getting gangbanged.
Yeah.
That is a thought that hasn't crossed my mind. Yeah.
Well, you have to open up your mind.
I've never thought about being the bug. I think in this situation, I've only been I've not had the bug.
What chlamydia?
Oh, chlamydia
That's
is
like a bug.
I guess. Yeah.
We all have had STDs.
Yeah. It's not even a big deal to have them. Oh, that was what I wanted to say earlier.
I wanted you to say
I don't think that I personally just don't think that STDs are that big of a deal.
They're not
at all. I don't think herpes is a big deal.
I agree with you.
I think it's a lot of it's like a mostly stigma. But
I agree
they can't
with you. There's a lot of
by.
stigma.
They can't, like, anytime I say like herpes isn't a big deal, my friends are like, "What are you? That would ruin my life." And I'm like, it wouldn't though. And honestly, they don't even test for it anymore. You go into Planned Parenthood and I'm like, you get the full panel, and I'm like, yeah, and test for herpes. They're like, we don't even do that anymore.
Right.
We're like pretty chill about herpes around here.
Well, I think it's interesting how many people will like wipe off someone's straw before they drink out of it, but then they'll eat a stranger's ass immediately.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like
if you've ever like the person who like waterfalls a water bottle is like, what are you doing?
I hate it. That's so ugly.
Like, come on. It's like, yeah, like, and there's no way that you haven't had your tongue in somebody's ass.
Right.
It is funny what we pick and choose.
Yes.
Like, people will be like, wash your hands after you pee. And I'm like, okay, but you've had like my cock in your throat.
Sure.
So like, what am I washing off? Like in this logic, like what am I? I'm washing the dick off of my hands, or you think I pissed directly onto my hands like I'm a child?
Sure.
So it's like, if I'm washing like it just doesn't, there's no logic.
Right.
I know. People
There
need to
is no
think
logic.
more. People need to be smart like you and me.
Well, they can't get to that level because we see all 15 sides of the coin.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Well, I see most of the sides. Earlier I didn't see the side where I am the one getting gangbanged.
Well, you didn't know that there was a side.
Yeah, I guess I just never really considered that.
Do you know what a side is?
I do, yeah.
That's like a newer thing.
I don't know that I fully understand it, but I know the term. So what is that? What is that person doing?
The side, from my understanding, is the person that does not want to participate in penetration.
So like
whether
like
giving
oral.
or receiving. Yeah, that's
So
my
they're
understanding.
like strictly
I could be wrong.
oral and hand stuff.
Right. I could be
Okay.
wrong about this, but that's my understanding. I have a hard time because I try to keep up with terminology as it changes.
Yeah.
And the more I try to keep up, the more I find myself like getting in trouble because people are like, no, that word has changed.
Well, and also to be fair, the queer community has the most terms of any community that exists. There's more terms. I mean, and also like even now we say queer community. Queer was like a bad word like 10 years ago.
Right.
Like when I was like younger and we would play like Smear the Queer, it was fine. And then a couple years later, they were like, that's actually like a wildly homophobic thing to say. And I was like, yeah, I guess I could see that. And now they're like, well, I'm queer. And it's like, oh, okay. All right.
What do you call Smear the Queer now when you play it?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't play it anymore. Because the game is a bunch of boys and whoever has the football gets tackled. And my body can't do that anymore. I guess I don't know. Tackle the guy. That sucks, right?
Tackle the guy.
Yeah. Whoever has the football is gay. That's what we could call him.
No, the queer community. I mean, I love our huge umbrella. I love having the room for everybody. But listen, I'm an old lady. I'm having a hard time remembering all the terms. I don't, and I'm a firm believer in, your preferred pronouns or your required pronouns. I'm with it.
Of course.
I'm fucking with it. But I'm trying to remember everything, and then I don't want to slip up and hurt anyone's feelings.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then in doing so, I find myself second guessing and doing the wrong thing, and I'm like, oh, just don't do that. Just listen. I'm trying to listen, but then all the voices in my fucking head are.
I have a joke kind of about this. I won't do it, but you can come see me live, and it's my closer, and it's just kind of like an opinion that like some people, it's just too many things. It's not that I don't respect them. It's just that my brain, I can't remember all of them.
I'm trying.
So like I want to remember your pronouns, and I want to respect that you're like on the autism spectrum, and I want to call you by the name that you want to be called, but also like you're a witch. Like what, like, you know, like it's like too many things to keep up with. Like it's hard to remember like your pronouns and your traumas and your sorcery. You know what I mean? Like it's hard. Right. It's just difficult. It's not that I don't want to, but it is difficult to do.
It's a lot to ask.
Yeah.
What do you find funny?
I like a witty remark, like a well-timed, like, oh yeah, this, like, that's always funny to me. You know what I don't find funny that I have a hard time with, because so many comics think it's like, I don't think like farts are funny.
Really?
This is a take that will like divide a room full of like straight white comics. Like what, farts aren't fun? I'm like, yeah, no, like you ruined the vibe of this room. I have to leave now. Mm-hmm. Like, why is that? Like, I don't get like why I don't understand why it's funny. I've experienced two funny farts in my whole life. Uh-huh. And one of them was a well-timed fart on a wooden bench during an open mic where somebody on stage who I did not like was bombing so hard that the room was silent. And in between, right after a punchline that was supposed to get a laugh that didn't get a laugh, my buddy farted onto a wooden bench so loud that it made the entire room crack up laughing. That was funny, and it didn't smell. That was funny. And then my friend Kat farted one time in the green room, and she thought we didn't notice. And then I noticed, and then she was embarrassed about it. And that was really funny.
But just those two?
Just those two. I can't think of any other farts where I was like, that's fucking awesome that you did that.
Can you make a fart noise with your face?
Like I could like.
Oh, come on.
Or like you want me to do the full.
Yeah,
like,
do a good one.
I'm not like, you know what my favorite fart noise is the one from Eastbound and Down where you know, do you know what I'm talking about?
I know the song Eastbound and Down. Roll it up and truck it.
I forget his name.
We're gonna do what they say can't be done.
The Hispanic actor who does it, he goes, how long you been with her? That's like a tick of mine that I do. Like, how long you been with her? And he does this like fart noise. I don't know how to explain it if you haven't seen it.
And you don't know how to make a fart like a
not
proper
real.
What are you talking about?
Like that's
this is what your people do.
No, but that's the thing. I'm one of the good ones. I'm not.
See, I'm one of the bad ones.
I'm not out here making fart noises.
Because listen, I get a manicure. I have myself together, and I fucking laugh and make fart noises all day long, like a moron, like an idiot. Let me tell you something.
That's a
wet one.
That is a good fart noise.
You have to level them out. They'll become funnier to you if you heard some that had some flavor, some feeling, some emotion, because they have reasons.
They do.
Farts have reasons.
Do they?
Yeah. Now, I don't like it when they stink.
Yeah.
But it happens because sometimes that pussy talks.
Yeah, I know it does. Unfortunately,
Yeah, it talks. It talks back.
Yeah, I don't. That makes
you don't like it when they talk back.
No, that made me not feel great.
Really? No, you don't like it when they talk back?
No, I don't.
Because you're putting the work in. When you put the work in,
I understand. Like if I was to be putting the work in, and then it did talk to me,
right?
It's like like I've created a void within this hole that is now filled with air, and that's like good because like if you don't like if there's not enough room, that means you're not endowed enough to have created.
No, that's not true.
Created that void.
True.
What?
No, that's not true. You can practice in the fleshlight.
Okay.
You are producing it. It's about the movement.
I just don't think I'd want to like pull out and like hear like what was it? I don't. No, I don't.
Well,
it
doesn't sound like that. It doesn't gurgle. It's not a gurgle.
What is it? It's like.
No. Well, if you're in the wrong one, it will definitely echo.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to. Oh.
It's like that.
That is what my fleshlight sounds like, though.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't want a human being's hole to sound like that.
You do.
You do.
I do. and I do.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
I just don't.
There has to be, if there's suction in there, you got to have grip. Some people don't have any grip left. That's why the sound is too bellowy.
Right. That makes sense.
But if it's more repetitious and it's the same sound, that grip is still there.
You ever like blow a balloon up and then you pull the edge and it goes like if it sounds like that's a tight hole there, is it
tight.
not? You pull it out and you hear like
that's good pussy.
Yeah, that's good pussy right there.
Right.
Yeah. That's what you want.
Yeah.
You want the higher pitch the talking, the better, I think. Yeah.
So you wouldn't even put in a Grindr profile like balloon knot or something like I would, like things you seek.
Yeah, I could maybe put
Like
balloon knot. Like
balloon
if
noises.
it's like my whole bio is like if it's gonna talk, it better sound like a balloon.
If someone sees that in a Grindr bio across this country somewhere and they go, Matt Ross is doing a show tonight and there's a guy on Grindr with a profile that says balloon knots that squeak, they'll know it's you.
So funny enough, it wasn't that specific, but I did a show, I think it was Seattle or no, I don't remember where it was, but I had a Grindr, and then afterwards a guy from the show sent me the pictures he took with me after and was like, great show. I was like, what a swing, and knocked it out of the park. And I never responded.
Why not?
Because I didn't want to. I didn't want that attention.
Just that person?
Yeah.
Would you respond to anyone's messages?
Not anyone. It depends on the
would
person.
you respond to someone's messages?
Yeah, I mean,
right.
Well, here's the thing. When I am on that, if my profile doesn't have my pictures, the person who will message a profile with no pictures and no bio and almost no stats is not usually somebody where you're like, whoa, look at this normal hottie.
Yeah.
It's somebody who has messaged every square on that grid and is just hoping.
But
he nailed it though.
Well, let's get the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
You don't have anything on your profile or in a picture, you said. So are you somebody who's messaging everybody on there?
Well, okay. So first off, when it comes to like my queerness, I'm very picky.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like the like influx of messages that come. I've had my pictures on there before. This is not, regardless of what the internet or the people who follow me thinks, this is not like a secret. But I don't like people just message you like so much. Like I have my pictures up for like a day or two, and just the amount of like pictures and messages and stuff that I didn't want was just kind of like, eh. So it's less of a thing where I'm like, I don't want anybody to find out that I have one. Like it's less that and more just like, if I don't have any pictures up there, I then can just pick and choose when and who I message if I want to,
I think you're saying something that's very, very true. And I totally will defend what you're saying in this, because I have a lot of friends. Well, we both have a lot of friends that are in the entertainment industry, whether they are somebody who is what people would call a content creator, or somebody that hosts a radio show.
Yeah.
Right. So everywhere in between there are people who may be on Grindr or Bumble or whatever it is, and they may not even be interested in an encounter or even a relationship or whatever it is. They might just want the reaction. So then what happens is you start filtering through these people that are like, I just wanted to get a picture with you. I just wanted to message with you. And they're like, so once you have those pictures up, all of a sudden it becomes like maybe it sounds fucked up, but it becomes this like virtual meet and greet.
Yeah.
Where you're like, no. I was actually here for the same reason y'all were here.
Yeah. I'm just like trying to be a normal person and get his dick sucked or like whatever you're on there for. Right. You know what I mean?
No,
so
that's totally the truth.
I have a friend who, he's a comedian, he's gay, and he met this guy on Grindr or whatever, and they were like, like sending videos of like jerking off. And then at the very end of it, the guy said, I can't believe I'm jerking off with my girlfriend's favorite comedian right now.
Wow.
At the very end of all of it. And like, that's the thing where you just go, fuck, like that had to feel so bad.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? So that's
a lot.
that's the stuff where it's just like, yeah, maybe I just don't have my pictures on the app or whatever. Yeah.
Leave your pictures off the app.
Sure.
Let's take a break. We are back with Matt Ross. Now, this is the part of the show that we call Read Me Delta. People send in their letters. They have questions. They find themselves in quandary. I do like these envelopes.
Oh, good.
I like the blue ones a lot, but
the pink fits the vibe, I think.
I think you're right.
Matches your outfit a little bit.
How do I even like...
You just have to find the little slit and slip it in. So close.
Do you like that sound? Do you like when people are like,
As long as it feels real.
Really?
Yeah.
What about like, yeah.
No, that's not real.
That's not real?
Nobody in the history of ever has let out pure pleasure sounds and gone, yeah. It's not. Yeah, the fuck where you're not even really pronouncing it. No, it's not real.
How?
Thing.
So we were talking about like if you look on Pornhub, there'll be like an advertisement for something. It's like Jerkmate is free or Brazzers is free. There's this one where this girl pops on and she's like, oh, come fuck me on Cam Soda. What is Cam Soda?
Cam Soda. Also, who is buying these? Who's logging on to these? We have so much porn is available for $0.
Right.
And it's just like, who made a Cam? You put your debit card information into a Cam Soda account?
Right.
That's crazy.
And how many names are already taken, like domain names are taken that you had to go, you know what? I guess Cam Soda will go with.
Right, exactly. Soda, what does that have to do with anything?
Nothing.
Yeah, I love those ads. Or the ones I'm always like, who's falling for this is like, this AI generated video game will make you come in 40 seconds.
No, it won't.
So I'm like, what?
No, it won't.
Also, you're telling me I have to make an account for something that's going to make me come in less than a minute?
Right.
That doesn't seem worth my time at all.
And it doesn't seem like it's worth their time because they're selling on minutes.
Yeah, it's like, don't you want me to last longer than 40 seconds? I don't believe you.
Right.
You can make this AI bot do whatever you want.
Right.
It's like, who needs this?
Slutty wives in your area are looking for fun.
Now, those are the ones that I like because
you like slutty wives?
I love a slutty MILF a divorced MILF who wants nothing but hard cock. Like, I love that ad. Mm-hmm. That's a good ad. That's another one where I go, who's fallen for this? But not nobody. That's the thing.
Not nobody.
Not nobody. There are people who are going, you're telling me there's thousands of horny MILFs in my area and I had who want to fuck right now and I had no idea.
And they're just in the zip code.
It's like, wow, they know they're here and they want me to fuck them.
They're here.
And I didn't even know.
Right.
Yeah.
But had you not come to that site, had you not been on Cam Soda.
Yeah, exactly. If I had not been trying to log on to Cam Soda, I would have never known that there were thousands of horny MILFs in my area.
You know what would be even cuter? I think is like cream soda. If they had been like, come to the cream soda shop.
That actually would have been way better.
That's cute.
Let's send them an email. If
I
you
think
don't mind.
so.
Yeah.
Hey, come to the cream soda shop.
I like when now they're having AI do the ads. So like an AI will like mispronounce stuff. And I really like that. Like when AI like tries to pronounce like trans, it's crazy.
And what is
They'll get an ad. Well,
trains.
Well, it'll be like, is it hard for you to find trans in your area?
Oh, no, I know what you're talking about.
Fuck is this?
I know what you're talking about. What did it do? I heard something like that the other day. Oh, it was a lady that's like, hey, I want to show you this nice ass live on Nice Ass Live. What?
Nice ass live.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this? Who like... It's so funny what AI is doing sometimes.
Okay, I'm still bleeding from my eyes.
Okay,
Will you help me?
100%.
Thank you for helping me. You're such a gentleman.
Much shorter than
this is very Oklahoman.
I love that. Okay.
Oklahoma.
I already see the word dildo. This is exciting. Dear Delta and tempting guest, thank you. This past Christmas, I was at a white elephant party and got a dildo, capital D, as my gift. Yay! All caps, multiple exclamation points. Well, Now it's spring and that bitch is still sitting in the box to the right of my bed. Every night when I go to bed, I look and think, why haven't you thrown it out yet? Why haven't you regifted it? Or better yet, why haven't you used it? What's a bitch to do? Anyways, our sex toy is very Delta. Sincerely, very Brittany. Brittany with an I at the end. Sounds like a Brittany who would use a sex toy.
Yeah.
The I feels slutty to me.
I think so. I think that was added on. I don't think you were born with that name. I think, yeah. I think people are afraid. I've said this before. I think sex can be the most hilarious thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
It can be absolutely ridiculous, but it could be something where you get to explore parts of your personality. I think it's something people are very afraid of. They think they should be embarrassed. Even when we were talking about the stigma of STD, if somebody gets an STD, I think we've been led to believe like that person's physically dirty. That's gross. That's dirty. You've done something that no one else is doing. And it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer. I know you mentioned having a friend that or know people who have OF accounts.
Yeah.
A lot of people think, oh, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you do that?
I have millionaire friends who are millionaires because they spread their cheeks on OnlyFans.
Right. And guess what? If it makes you happy, if you having the sex toy, if you don't want to use the sex toy, Brittany, don't use it. If you want to use it, use the hell out of it.
Make that thing talk,
Yeah.
Brittany. That's what you should do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, I think she should be using it. I don't know why you wouldn't.
Right.
The only thing that I could see is that because it was a white elephant gift, it is probably a pretty cheap dildo.
Mm-hmm.
And I could maybe see, because sex can be an intimate thing even by yourself, where you go, well, I don't know who contributed this to the white elephant. Like, I don't necessarily want to use a dildo that that Jeremy brought, like he thought it was funny, and now I'm like fucking myself with it.
Well, what if Jeremy used it?
It depends on who Jeremy is now.
Right.
It really matters on like how we think he used it. Do we think he cleaned it?
Right.
It's still in the box, she said. So it would be a nuts prank to use it and then repackage it, and then that's that's chemical warfare at that point. I mean, that's nuts to use.
There's
it.
a lot of nut on that.
Yeah,
and I think that's fine.
Brittany, I think you should use it. I don't know. This is my first experience with your show. I'm having a great time. I would imagine that sex toys are very Delta.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know how we could even.
Well, the difference is that I think they're wonderful. I think that they can add, but I don't think anything replaces the real thing.
No, for sure. For sure.
No?
There's no fleshlight or dildo that could replace the real thing, for sure.
They're an enhancement.
It is fun. It is fun to have, though. Yeah.
Do you eat candy?
Yeah.
Almond Joy has a saying that I think fits this. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Almond Joy has nuts. Mounds don't.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Yeah.
I usually feel like a nut around 11 p.m. every day.
That's kind of a witching hour. I like that because you can get it done and still be in bed at a reasonable time to be up for, I don't know, a 6 o'clock pickup.
Sure, exactly.
I like it.
There's also a witching hour during the afternoon where I have to fight the urge, because then I might not get anything done.
What's the witching hour where you might fart?
The morning.
The morning?
Yeah. The morning.
Are you embarrassed even by yourself when it happens, or do you just not think about it?
No, I don't mind farting alone at all.
Right, but would you be embarrassed if someone heard you do it?
Depends who it was. Yeah, for sure.
Have you done it while we've been here?
No,
you haven't.
No, I haven't. No, I've been as tight as possible this whole time. Yeah.
Well, you're a gentleman.
Yeah, nothing's getting out.
I think people. I expected you to be a gentleman. I love watching your. I've never been to your live show, but I will, and I love watching your clips, and I love the jokes that you make. I think they're fucking hilarious.
Well, thank you.
And I imagined that you would be a gentleman. I mean, you are from Oklahoma. You are in Austin. I don't know about the Florida part, but.
Yeah, when you go to rehab, you just kind of go wherever they send you. And then
you did what you had to do.
Once I got, a little bit better, I wasn't exactly in a hurry to get back to Oklahoma. So I stayed in Florida for a while.
Do you have tattoos in dangerous parts of your body?
No, unfortunately not.
Not yet?
No, I don't think I'm
You wouldn't get one like on your butt cheek?
No, my back piece goes down onto like my upper butt cheek a little bit, and it hurt very, very badly. So I don't think the butt cheek is in the. I mean, maybe I'm gonna run out of room eventually, so it'll kind of only get into more dangerous territory as I keep going, you know.
Right.
So, but no, nowhere crazy.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. This was very fun.
I'm grateful.
This was great.
We'll see you next week, and until then, keep things very Delta. Very Delta is produced by Moguls of Media, aka Mom. Hosted by Delta Work. Produced and edited by Doug Robertson. Technical direction by Danielle Mitchell. With original theme music by Will Pitts. Media and design support by Stone Cold. And set design by Eris Sevilla. Executive produced by Alaska, Willem, Big Dipper, Camille Stennis, and Joe Cilio. Recorded at Forever Dog Productions. Fuck your photos, bitch!
Mom!
Watch Very Delta uncensored, ad-free, and a day early by subscribing to Mom Plus Gold. Sign up today at mompodcast.plus for premium content, including weekly episodes of more Very Delta.